Beyonce, of all people, has the money to make sure she's not bald head under these wigs. Welcome to La Vida Rosa. I'm your host, Pinky, and today we're going to be talking about Beyonce and her new promotion for her hairline. So if you'd like to see more, then just stay tuned. Like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So before we get into this video, I am neither a Beyonce stan nor a Beyonce hater, okay? I feel like I'm looking at this situation in a very objective way, and I feel like a lot of times when it comes to celebrities like Beyonce, you can't necessarily have an opinion without being thrown in either category, and I think that's unfair. But I saw this and I want to talk about it, speaking as someone who used to do a lot of natural hair videos. I literally just washed my hair. So if my hair looks a little funky, if it starts shrinking or whatever, it's still wet. I haven't styled it or anything yet. But I just want to talk about Beyonce and everything surrounding this hair care line. Beyonce released this hair care line called Sacred. What makes this product drop different than any of her others? With Beyonce, she barely posts on social media. When she does, it's very calculated. Usually she's about to sell something or drop a new clothing line or something like that. We don't really see organic pictures of Beyonce just taking a selfie at home, you know, just randomly filming her cooking or just something like that. We never see anything that's not curated, anything that's not professionally edited. And when we do see those more personal moments from Beyonce, it's usually from a documentary, or maybe she did a special with a news program. And honestly, usually when we see those personal moments, she's trying to sell something. When we see her children, when we see Blue, you know, we know, okay, Beyonce has something coming down the pipeline. Even interviews with Beyonce are very rare. She's one of those celebrities that we don't get to see that often. She has that veil of mystique, and I feel like that is on purpose. A lot of times the only way we would see or hear from her is when she would send another celebrity flowers, or if she would, you know, handwrite a note and post it on her website, or wish someone happy birthday. Like with other celebrities who use their social media, somebody like Cardi B, somebody like Nicki Minaj, somebody like you know, I don't know, Erykah Badu, we see them tweet, we see them post pictures, we can talk to them and they'll respond, and we'll know that that is them and not someone on their team responding to us for them. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. That has just been her thing all of these years. A lot of people do speculate that she might have a Finsta, like a little fake page where she, you know, gets online and may participate in conversation that way, but we never actually see that coming from any of her pages. And Jay-Z, her husband, is the same way. We really just don't hear from them in that way. For this hair care line, though, she made it a bit more personal. Her mother was a hairstylist, and I'm sure she had a lot to do with the formulation of the products. It kind of reminds me of when her mother created her clothing line, Darion, because she used to sew all of Destiny's Child's clothes, and that's how they had their unique fashions back in the day. So her mother was heavily involved in that, and so it's kind of like a repeat of history a little bit. Any of the celebrities that I've seen using this hair care line, usually Miss Tina is in the background somewhere giving her expertise or photo op, I don't know, but we've seen her heavily involved. We've seen Kelly and Michelle use these products. Both of them have long, beautiful, healthy hair, and so great advertisement for the products. Now, the big shocker is that Beyonce did have a meet and greet style launch party for these products, and she actually was there. That is something completely out of the ordinary. Everybody was kind of shocked and taken aback. Even the influencers that were invited there in order to promote and, you know, I'm sure giving free products to use in their content and things like that, they were even in awe and shocked that Beyonce was there. They were taken aback. It's not something that you see often. Beyonce is just not out and about. You might catch Beyonce trying to be a regular person and going to Target every now and then, and people might sneak a picture, but you're just not going to run into Beyonce in your everyday life. So this was, even for this to be a launch party and for Beyonce to actually be there, that was a big deal. Now, before we get into this video that she recently posted, there was a lot of controversy and maybe even a little backlash to Beyonce dropping this product line. First of all, people were like, how are you going to drop a hair care line and we never see your hair? A lot of times when we see Beyonce, either she's wearing a wig or the perception is that she's always wearing wigs. And even if she does consistently wear wigs all the time, I could totally understand that. She's a performer and she constantly is having to do different hairstyles. And why would you constantly want to, have that wear and tear on your real hair? Because eventually it will break off. So it's much easier and healthier for your hair to just wear wigs, so you could switch up your styles easily without having to put too much tension on your real hair. Every time I would see people in the comments, they were throwing shade like, well, we don't ever see your real hair. How you gonna want to sell us a product and you never show your real hair? Yeah, you sent these products to these influencers. And by the way, I have not tried these products myself, so I can't say whether or not they are decent. I do know that everybody's hair is different. I've seen a variety of hair types try it, but I have to be honest that most of the reviews that come from people that were gifted the products were very positive with very little criticism. And I feel like the most thorough reviews were given by people that purchased with their own money, and they were more so along the lines of this review right here.
They're not by any means bad hair care products. For $106, I was expecting to be obsessed. I'm going to give the line a 5 out of 10.
A lot of people's perception of Beyonce is that she's robotic and that she is not personable and not relatable. A few years ago, Beyonce could drop an album in the middle of the night, no promotion, and it will go platinum. In this day and age, you just have to be more personable with your consumer. Even though people do look at Beyonce as a deity, a lot of people are not impressed by that and they want to see the real you. And so I feel like that's the reason why Beyonce went ahead and dropped a video like this. We've never seen Beyonce post a video and do her own voiceover unless it's like I said, a professional documentary. We've never seen her do TikTok content, where, we're watching her get her hair done and she's doing the voiceover herself. This is unheard of, okay? So what I'm going to do right now, we're going to watch the video together.
I think it's about time I show y'all what it does for my hair. I love the lather. It's very soothing. The smells. Because my color was fresh, we used the rice and rose water ritual.
Beyonce is letting you know, I heard what y'all had to say, okay? I heard y'all in the comments. And she is showing you her real hair. She's showing you the products being used on her real natural hair.
The stigma and misconception is that people that wear wigs don't have long and healthy hair. That's a because it ain't nobody business.
Once again, she's addressing everyone that had something to say about her always wearing wigs and basically saying just because you always wear wigs does not mean you can't have long hair underneath. I feel like this is a sentiment that we should know by now. We know, especially in this day and age of lace front wigs, we know that people use that for protective style, and a lot of times they are taking care of their hair underneath and they're just wearing the wigs for different styling. Why would Beyonce not be doing anything different? You know what I'm saying? Beyonce of all people has the money to make sure she's not bald head under these wigs. Two, didn't we see Beyonce's hair years ago? Didn't her mother post her hair years ago and showing that this was her natural hair? This is how long it's been. We've seen Beyonce's hair before. It's not like we have not. Also, her real hair looks so much like her wigs. I'm pretty sure she gets wigs made to look exactly like her real hair. So half the time we probably wouldn't even know if she was wearing a wig or not. She very well could be wearing her natural hair. We wouldn't know because it looks just like the wigs that she wears. Now, a lot of people were criticizing the fact that her hair texture is not like that of majority of monoracial black women, and so this product is not for us. I honestly wouldn't mind that argument. I would just need to see it coming from people with type 4 hair that have tried the product themselves and can validate those claims instead of just saying, oh, well, she has loose curls, so it couldn't possibly work for my hair, when that's not necessarily true. Sometimes there are products that are universal and can work for many different hair types. Oh, and also in this clip she cussed a little bit, and I feel like that's for her to be a little bit relatable as well, because for the longest I remember seeing a clip Beyonce saying that she never cussed, and now she's starting to cuss, and she's feeling good about it. I guess it's making her feel like a grown woman or something. So I do feel like she's trying to be a little relatable by throwing a cuss word or two in there. And I also have to admit, like, with this voiceover, you could tell she's doing it from her phone. It's not like from a professional microphone. So that's cool to... At first I was like, is this going to be like AI? Like, are we going to really know if Beyonce actually did this? But it does feel like she is actually holding the phone up to her mouth and recording it.
I'll get back to my hair. I like to blow dry my hair on medium heat because I try to stay away from as much heat as possible and using the old school pressing comb.
I try to blow dry my hair. I want to blow dry my hair. Oh my God. I don't know. Like, I know Beyonce's from Texas, but sometimes when she does that sort of thing, it's like... Y'all remember when Beyonce first came out and she was real country? I want to hear her talk like that one time.
Hi, my name is Beyonce. Beyonce Giselle knows. And I'm 16 years old.
That is your true authentic accent. This, whatever that was, that's Nelly. I want to hear that Texas accent. But anyway, yeah, her doing her own hair is again showing, look, you can do this yourself. Look at me, I'm Beyonce and I'm doing my own hair, even though I'm at the salon.
I've chosen color over perms or relaxers.
All natural, you know his favorite hashtag.
I've been using these products and my hair has never grown so long, never been so moisturized. And I've managed to keep my texture and my curls, even with my hair so blonde.
So she is parting her hair in the back, showing us this is my real natural hair. This is coming from my scalp. Now, there were some people online, I did see this speculation, that why is Beyonce holding her forehead? I've never seen anybody hold their forehead while getting their hair done. So they were thinking maybe this was just a really good lace front wig. I don't think she would do this whole video if she was lying about this being her real hair. That could be the case, but I really don't think that is. She has a gorgeous full head of hair. If you look at her mom has very similar hair. It's super thick. Solange has really super thick, long, healthy hair like that as well. Not the same texture, but that same thickness and fullness. Not to mention, when you look at throwbacks of Beyonce when she was just a young girl or even a teenager, you could see that her hair was thick and had some length to it. And not to mention, her own daughters have hair that is thick as well. I love the fact that she included that she chose color over perming, because you really can't do both. From what I've been told, when you use perm and color together, it works like nair and your hair will fall out. So that is kind of like the struggle that Black women do have to go with. You have to choose. If you want color, most likely you can't get perm. Her hair looked gorgeous at the end, by the way. So much body, so beautiful. As far as Beyonce being relatable, personally, I don't think that Beyonce will ever be able to be relatable. I think we forget that Beyonce was a child star, essentially. What was she in that group, Girls Time? Even though they might not have been like this huge breakout group, they were having performances. They was on a singing competition show back in the day. Beyonce didn't have your average childhood. Have y'all ever seen that episode of Smart God? Why do I have to say this?
It gets old fast, going from hotel to hotel and living out of a suitcase. This year, my family's Thanksgiving consisted of me and my mom eating a turkey sandwich at the Newark Airport luggage check-in. It's a crazy way to live.
In the same way as a lot of these child stars, and how they grow up and they're a little odd, they're a little offbeat, they're a little weird to us. They grew up in the spotlight. They didn't have the same coming of age stories as we, the general public, did. We don't share the same milestones. Even Beyonce becoming a wife and a mother, she is a multi-millionaire, and a famous one at that. They don't live regular day-to-day lives like we do. I don't care if Beyonce cooks every night for Jay-Z. It's gonna be in like a Top Chef kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if, you know, the kids have soccer games. Beyonce is not going to be sitting with everyone else. She's probably gonna have this high-tech, you know, tent sitting under, looking down from the rafter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see her ever being able to be relatable. And also when Beyonce does share things, people are not, unless they're huge fans of Beyonce, a lot of times they're not easily receptive to it. In fact, very critical. When she first had Blue, and people were so critical of this child in her hair, even starting a petition to comb Blue's hair, which I did a whole video on that. I thought that was completely disgusting. How they treated Blue, especially, you know, acting like Beyonce is not Beyonce and doesn't have, you know, the best hairstylist in the world that could tell her what to do with her child's hair. And look at her hair today. She was not wrong for how Blue's hair was back then, but you could see why she puts that wall up, because look at how quick people are to criticize, judge, and be nasty towards her. Like I said, she is not going to be relatable. She doesn't know how us regular folk live our day-to-day life. We could tell her all about it. She'll never get it the same way she could tell us all about her life. We'll be sitting there mesmerized and not understand it either. I can't wrap my mind around having $1 billion. Like, I just can't do that. Even when she dropped that Adidas line and the pieces that she had there, where were you really wearing those items to? Yes, she had these big drops and they would sell out really fast, but in the long run, could you really wear those pieces like every day, like an everyday person would? No. I said all that to say this. Two things can be true at the same time. Beyonce, in more ways than not, is not relatable and most likely never will be to us. I don't think that makes her any more disingenuous than a lot of these celebrities that just slap their name on a product and sell it. For instance, Alicia Keys had this whole campaign about how she was never going to wear makeup ever again. And she has a makeup line. And I feel like that should have caused a little bit more uproar, because that was very disingenuous to me. Either buy it or you don't. I mean, the people that love her will support her. The people that don't won't. People constantly look at Beyonce like a robot or as if she's disingenuous. So I don't know that she'll ever be able to shake that, but we'll just keep watching and we'll see if this rollout will help. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? I would love to hear your opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.